Briefing: Challenges to the independence of the Federal Reserve. Key points. 1. Importance of Federal Reserve independence. The independence of the Federal Reserve allows it to focus on achieving its dual mandate of price stability and maximum employment without being influenced by short-term political factors. This helps maintain the long-term health of the economy. 2. Trump's criticism of the Federal Reserve. During his presidency, Trump repeatedly criticized the Federal Reserve's interest rate decisions and suggested he should be involved in those decisions. Such comments raised concerns among experts about the potential interference with the Fed's independence. 3. Expert analysis. If the Federal Reserve loses its independence, it could lead to rising inflation expectations, which in turn may trigger higher interest rates, negatively impacting the lives of ordinary citizens. This would not only harm the U.S. economy but also affect the stability of the global financial system. 4. Impact of the 2024 election. Analysts suggest that Trump has a strong chance of being re-elected and regaining control of Congress, which could further threaten the independence of the Federal Reserve. This would introduce uncertainty into the U.S. economy and financial markets. In summary, maintaining the independence of the Federal Reserve is crucial for the long-term health of the U.S. economy. Experts are calling for the protection of the Fed's political independence to avoid interference from short-term political factors. This is an important issue that warrants attention. Briefing: The influence of Christian Zionism in American politics. Overview. This briefing focuses on the influence of Christian Zionism in American politics. Christian Zionism is a rapidly growing global movement whose leaders believe that God commands Christians to take control of the government, as this will accelerate the arrival of the end times. These individuals believe that supporting Israel is God's will, and they have been working behind the scenes in Washington to strengthen U.S. support for Israel. Key information points. 1. The rise of the Christian Zionism movement, including the emergence of the New Apostolic Reformation, NAR, and the influence of its leaders such as Lou Engle and Dutch Sheets. 2. These individuals believe that supporting Israel is God's will, as it will hasten the end times. They oppose the two-state solution, viewing it as a betrayal of God's promise. 3. The influence of Christian Zionists in the 2024 election, as they urge supporters to vote in favor of Israel and view Trump as God's chosen leader. 4. Some emerging Christian Zionist groups, such as the Philos Project, are attempting to influence public opinion in a more moderate way, but extreme views still underpin their efforts. 5. The relationship between Christian Zionists and Jews is complex. Some Jews welcome their support, while others criticize their appropriation of Jewish culture. In summary, the Christian Zionism movement plays an increasingly important role in American politics, and its influence on the 2024 election is worth close attention. The extreme views of this movement and its fervent support for Israel could have profound implications for U.S. foreign policy. Briefing: National Geographic Headquarters relocation plans. Date: October 29, 2024. Summary. The National Geographic Society headquarters will reopen in 2026, transformed into the National Geographic Exploration Museum. Significant renovations and modifications are underway to provide more exhibition space, immersive experiences, and a new education center. This marks a major transition in the 120-year history of the headquarters, evolving from a single building to an entire campus, reflecting the growth of the society and the city it inhabits. 5 key highlights. 1. Features luxurious bomb shelters and a morgue. 2. The campus is home to bee colonies. 3. The architectural style has undergone multiple transformations. 4. It was once part of downtown Washington, D.C. 5. It has witnessed the evolution of the National Geographic Society. In conclusion, the historical changes of the National Geographic Society headquarters reflect the development trajectory of this renowned academic institution, and the new museum plans will undoubtedly provide visitors with a richer exploration experience. Briefing: Buffett's charitable legacy will reshape the philanthropic landscape. Key information points. 1. The 94-year-old Buffett confirmed that upon his death, His nearly $140 billion worth of Berkshire Hathaway stock will enter a charitable trust fund managed by his 3 children, which must be fully distributed within 10 years after his passing. 2. Buffett explicitly stated that this legacy will not go to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, marking a significant shift after donating over $40 billion to the foundation over the past 2 decades. 3. This means a new large concentration of charitable resources will emerge, potentially reshaping the philanthropic landscape. Buffett's 3 children have different charitable philosophies and focuses, and they will need to reach a consensus on how to allocate this substantial legacy. 4. This is seen as a disruption to the one flower alone blooms norm in philanthropy, embodying the idea that charity should express the personal interests, connections, and privileges of the donor. In summary, Buffett's decision will trigger a significant transformation in the philanthropic sector, bringing new resource concentration and ideological clashes that will profoundly impact the future direction of charitable endeavors. This presents both a challenge and an opportunity, warranting attention to its subsequent developments. I apologize, but the provided article content is too simplistic to generate a valuable briefing. These articles merely repeat the same question, why did this happen, and request to ensure the browser supports JavaScript and cookies. The lack of substantive news information and analyzable content does not meet the requirements for writing a concise and comprehensive briefing. In the absence of sufficient relevant content, I can only state this simply and cannot provide a more valuable briefing. I hope you can provide richer article content, and I will do my best to write a high-quality briefing. Briefing: Scientific Breakthroughs Aid Aging Society Response. Article Summary. 1. U.S. Vice President Harris proposed a home care plan that will provide more comprehensive medical coverage for the elderly, including home care services and telemedicine, to alleviate the significant burden on the aging population and their caregivers. 2. Research has found that bacteria can break down microplastics in plastic bottles, providing a scientific basis for future wastewater treatment plants to utilize microorganisms to degrade plastic pollution. This natural mechanism for solving environmental issues deserves further exploration. 3. The article also mentions other suggestions that benefit the health of the elderly, such as placing mushrooms on windowsills to increase vitamin D content, as well as the rich protein and amino acid content of mushrooms. Overall, the article focuses on how technological innovation can help address the challenges posed by an aging population, offering both policy-level solutions and scientific breakthroughs based on natural laws, providing new ideas for building a more inclusive and healthy aging society. Briefing: Silent Meditation Journey. Article Overview. 1. The connections between neurons form complex neural circuits that drive intricate behaviors such as social interaction and navigation. The Flywire Alliance has released a complete connectivity map of the adult female fruit fly brain, including approximately 140,000 neurons and over 50 million synaptic connections. This research reveals the full picture of brain neural circuits. 2. The author shares their experience attending a 10-day silent meditation retreat. During the retreat, they experienced emotional fluctuations from calmness to anxiety, ultimately learning to face their inner feelings with a more peaceful attitude. By observing their breath and bodily sensations, they learn to accept and maintain equanimity towards various feelings, instead of trying to escape or control them. 3. The silent meditation retreat requires participants to maintain noble silence and refrain from communicating with the outside world, which poses significant challenges to their mental state. The author experienced negative emotions such as anxiety and panic during the retreat, but also encountered inner peace and insights. After the retreat, they realized the importance of maintaining mindfulness and applying it to daily life. 4. The article concludes with suggestions for choosing a silent meditation retreat, including factors such as duration, type, cost, and location. It also reminds readers to be cautious in their selection to avoid falling into cults. In summary, this article vividly describes the author's mental journey during the silent meditation retreat and summarizes the significance and practical methods of mindfulness practice, providing valuable experiences for readers with similar needs. Briefing: The New Yorker Magazine, October 29, 2024. 1. Wealthy investor Nelson Peltz convened Republican billionaires to discuss the 2024 presidential election. Peltz himself is not a fan of Trump but believes the country is in a tough time, and we can't afford Biden. Most billionaires took a pragmatic approach, hoping to influence personnel appointments in a Trump administration. 2. Trump has been nominated again in the 2024 Republican primaries, but he faces severe funding issues. He was convicted of 34 criminal charges by a Manhattan court but still managed to raise $50 million at subsequent fundraising dinners. Many wealthy individuals have reiterated their support for Trump. 3. The New Yorker magazine held its annual cultural event from October 25 to 27, 2024, inviting numerous renowned artists, actors, writers, politicians, and thinkers. The program included podcast recordings, dialogues, and more. 4. Climate change is causing an increase in extreme weather events, with Florida facing a record-breaking hurricane, Milton. Experts warn that extreme weather events will become more frequent and severe in the future, calling for significant reductions in fossil fuel emissions and improvements in infrastructure. In summary, this briefing encapsulates several important information points reported by The New Yorker on October 29, Trump's funding issues in the 2024 presidential campaign, the magazine's annual cultural event, and the extreme weather events caused by climate change. The article is rich in content and information, effectively distilling and summarizing the core messages. Briefing: Overview of the Harvard Business Review Future Business Conference, 2024. The conference will be held online on October 16, covering hot topics of interest to business leaders, including artificial intelligence, innovation, strategy, talent, and growth. The lineup of speakers is impressive, featuring industry leaders such as Baidu co-founder and CEO Robin Li, LinkedIn co-founder and Inflection AI founder Reid Hoffman, Palo Alto Networks CEO Nikesh Arora, SAIC CEO Tony Towns-Whitley, Anthropic co-founder and chief scientist Jared Kaplan, and CVS Health Chief Medical Officer Sri Shiguturu. They will share insights on how to foresee the future, manage change, and drive organizational, team, and career development through insights and interactions. Additionally, the conference will address the increasingly severe issue of workplace loneliness. Research shows that despite growing awareness of this problem, 1 in 5 employees still feels lonely at work. The article points out that workplace loneliness is not just an individual issue, but also an organizational one that needs to be addressed from the work environment. The article suggests that companies can help employees build social connections and create happier, healthier, and more efficient teams by measuring loneliness, designing workflows, fostering a culture of connection, and integrating social activities. In summary, this conference will provide attendees with forward-looking insights and practical tools to help businesses and individuals succeed in a rapidly changing business environment. Briefing: Nail Polish trends and emerging wellness tourism in Cartagena, Colombia, as reported by Vogue. 1. Nail polish trends. For the fall and winter seasons, nail polish trends lean towards more subdued tones and minimalist designs, such as black cherry, navy blue, and chocolate brown. Lip gloss finish nail polish is making a comeback, driven by Selena Gomez and her manicurist Tom Bachique. This type of polish gives nails a healthy, glossy effect. The key to achieving lip gloss finish nails is to use nude-tone nail polish and apply a super shiny top coat. 2. Wellness tourism in Cartagena, Colombia. Cartagena has become an ideal wellness tourism destination due to its laid-back lifestyle and Caribbean coastal location. Ana Munoz, founder of OMM Wellness, offers immersive wellness programs that include meditation, yoga, and dance to meet tourists' health needs. Private islands near Cartagena have also become ideal wellness vacation spots, offering 360-degree ocean views and privacy. In summary, Vogue reported on the changing trends in nail polish while also highlighting the rising wellness tourism market in Cartagena, Colombia, presenting readers with the latest dynamics in both the fashion, beauty, and health tourism sectors. Briefing: Increasing divisions between Democrats and Republicans ahead of the 2024 U.S. election. 1. Trump's candidacy for president again raises widespread concerns. He has openly suggested the possibility of suspending the constitution and has been accused of having fascist tendencies, prompting warnings from former government officials. Additionally, the loss of nearly 50 years of bodily autonomy for women may become a significant consideration for voters. 2. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell has publicly criticized Trump as a dirty guy and unfit for office, yet ultimately supported his presidential campaign. This reflects the complex attitude within the Republican Party towards Trump. 3. Writer Bruce Eric Kaplan documented his tumultuous experience collaborating with Glenn Close on a television series, reflecting the frustrations faced by artists in the creative industry. This serves as a form of reflection and self-expression regarding reality. In summary, the divisions in American politics and society are deepening, and the 2024 election will be a significant watershed moment. Regardless of the outcome, American society needs to engage in profound self-reflection and healing. Briefing: upcoming musical performances at 54 Below Theater. 1. 54 Below will host a series of exciting musical performances from October 28 to November 3, including: on October 28 at 7 p.m., renowned composer David Yazbek will perform with special guest Andrew Durand. At 9:30 p.m., Jonathan Larson Grant winners Charlie Romano and Will Wegner will make their debut. On October 29 at 7 p.m., legendary singer Marilyn May will return to 54 Below for a captivating performance. At 9:30 p.m., the musical The Wise Women will be staged. On October 30 at 7 p.m., Ryan Scott Oliver and Lindsay Mendez will present the Actor Training series, focusing on Stephen Sondheim's works. At 9:30 p.m., a concert honoring which rock female singers will take place. On October 31 at 7 p.m., Maria Worries and Ahaim Ora will present at Spirits and Sounds Halloween concert. At 9:30 p.m., the Spooky Spectacular Halloween concert will be staged. 2. On November 1 and 2 at 7 p.m., Sam Harris will present a new show titled Beyond the Rainbow. On November 1 at 9:30 p.m., Macon Prickett will debut his solo concert. 3. On November 2 at 9:30 p.m., 54 Below will present the concert Broadway's a Drag, featuring performances by several well-known drag queens from New York. 4. On November 3 at 7 p.m., Jack Wolf, star of the Netflix series Shadow and Bone, will debut his solo concert. At 9:30 p.m., the Yale a cappella group Red Hot and Blue will perform. In summary, 54 Below will showcase a diverse array of musical performances during this period, covering Broadway, jazz, pop, and more, providing audiences with a rich and colorful auditory experience. Briefing: Wired Magazine's 30th Anniversary Retrospective. Wired Magazine was founded in 1994 and is one of the earliest internet media outlets. At that time, the internet was a vast void, with only a few people owning computers and modems. The founders of Wired were filled with optimism about the future, believing that the internet was the most promising choice. Over time, the internet has developed rapidly, but many issues have also emerged, such as cybercrime, fake news, and online violence. As a pioneer of internet media, Wired cannot escape responsibility for these issues. However, Wired continues to report on cutting-edge technology topics such as cybersecurity and cryptocurrency, providing valuable information to readers. Additionally, this issue of the briefing mentions other news, including: 1. Chinese hackers infiltrating a U.S. telecommunications company, stealing communications records of Trump and Senator Vance. 2. Fox News host Carlson's support for Trump's 2024 presidential campaign, likening America to a naughty child in need of a father's strict discipline. In summary, Wired Magazine's 30 years of publication have witnessed the rise and fall of the internet, reflecting the pros and cons of technological development in society. As a pioneer of technology media, Wired is striving to address new challenges and provide valuable content to its readers. Briefing: Record early voting in Michigan. 1. On October 29, 2024, Michigan saw record early voting, with 145,134 people participating on the first day of early voting. As of October 27, nearly 1.8 million people in Michigan had voted by mail or through early voting. 2. Christian Zionists have consistently supported Israel, believing it is the path to achieving Christ's return. They argue that supporting Israel is God's will, and failure to do so will result in God's punishment for America. This perspective is particularly prominent within the New Apostolic Reformation, NAR. 3. NAR leaders view the October 7, 2023, Hamas attack on Israel as the latest chapter in a cosmic battle of good versus evil, light versus darkness. They believe that if America does not support Trump but chooses Biden instead, it will lead to God's punishment of the U.S. 4. Christian Zionists are influencing the election from both top-down and bottom-up levels. They leverage relationships with Republican leadership while warning their followers that supporting Israel is key to God's blessings on America. This group's influence in the election cannot be overlooked. 5. In summary, Christian Zionists may have a significant impact on the direction of the 2024 election. They firmly support Trump, believing he is the only leader chosen by God who can save Israel and America. Briefing: the impact of climate change on the real estate industry. 1. Rising insurance costs. Due to the frequency of climate disasters, real estate insurance costs have surged, affecting investment returns and posing challenges for real estate transactions. 2. NFL stadiums facing huge losses. Predictions indicate that by 2050, NFL stadiums may suffer climate-related losses of up to $11 billion, with some stadiums facing losses exceeding half of their replacement value. 3. The impact of persistent high temperatures. While non-record-breaking high temperatures may not attract attention, they significantly affect worker health and workers' compensation claims, warranting more attention. 4. Coastal erosion threats. Climate change exacerbates coastal erosion issues, with North Carolina's barrier islands facing the risk of homes being destroyed, leading to expensive beach reconstruction measures. In summary, climate change is affecting the real estate industry in multiple ways, from rising insurance costs to infrastructure damage. Real estate professionals need to develop more comprehensive strategies to address these challenges. Briefing: nuclear decision-making reform and U.S.-Russia relations in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Key information points. 1. The U.S. President currently has sole authority over nuclear weapon use decisions, which poses risks and should involve consultation with a small group of senior officials. 2. Ukraine is striving to stabilize its front lines to increase its bargaining power but faces challenges in manpower, weapons, and ammunition. 3. Ukraine seeks security guarantees, but NATO member countries struggle to reach a consensus. European nations need to increase defense investments to enhance the credibility of security assurances. 4. Concerns arise over potential informal contacts between Trump and Putin, raising national security worries for the U.S. Similar concerns have been raised regarding Musk's connections with Putin. Summary. The article explores two key issues: the drawbacks of the U.S. president having sole authority over nuclear weapon use decisions, calling for a more rigorous decision-making mechanism, and the challenges Ukraine faces in stabilizing its front lines, obtaining security guarantees, and navigating U.S.-Russia relations. These issues reflect significant changes in the current international landscape, requiring diplomatic negotiations and military actions from all parties to seek balance. The article offers specific recommendations, such as requiring the president to consult senior officials and urging European nations to increase defense investments, reflecting an in-depth analysis and constructive thinking regarding the current situation. Briefing: discovery of a new plant species in Hawaii. Key points. 1. The National Tropical Botanical Garden has discovered a new plant species on the cliffs of Waimea Canyon, named Skedia waiahuluensis. 2. This discovery was made possible through the use of drone technology, which captured images of the plant growing about half a mile down the cliff. 3. The newly discovered plant belongs to the endemic Skedia genus in Hawaii, making it the 36th known species of the genus, with 12 species found only on Kauai. 4. Researchers used robotic arms to collect samples, and after greenhouse cultivation and identification, it was confirmed as a new species. 5. Scientists estimate that there are currently about 345 individual plants of this species, primarily growing on the dry cliffs of Waiahillu Valley. 6. The use of drone technology and robotic arm collection systems has significantly improved the efficiency of exploring remote cliff habitats and discovering plants. 7. This discovery marks the beginning of a new era in which advanced technology can better explore and document cliff ecosystems. In summary, this important achievement in discovering new species through innovative technology not only enriches the understanding of Hawaii's endemic plants, but also opens up new possibilities for future botanical exploration. Briefing: Secret calls between Elon Musk and Putin. According to the Wall Street Journal, since 2022, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has been having secret calls with Russian President Putin to discuss personal topics, business, and geopolitical tensions. This news has raised concerns and calls for investigation from Washington officials. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson stated that if true, this situation would be concerning, especially for NASA and the Department of Defense. House Armed Services Committee Democratic leader Adam Smith has also called for the Defense Department to investigate Musk to ensure his actions do not compromise national security. Musk holds security clearances that allow him access to certain classified information. While maintaining contact with foreign governments and leaders does not necessarily revoke security clearances, the government may scrutinize Musk's personal relationships as they could affect his loyalty. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov denied the Wall Street Journal's report, stating that Putin only spoke with Musk once to discuss space and future technologies. In summary, this report has sparked widespread attention and calls for investigation regarding Musk's relationship with Putin, as it may impact Musk's work with the U.S. government and the Department of Defense.